Hello children, how are you? I hope you all are doing well and studying well. So children, we all know that science gives us an elaborate knowledge about everything that is around us, isn't it? So children, we've already spoken about living and non-living things, out of which we've talked about plants. But now in this chapter, we are going to talk about plants in detail. Alright, so we are going to talk about and learn about the root and its types, shoot and its types, leaf and its function, bud flower, fruit and seed. Alright. So children, we all know plants are an important part of our lives. Plants are called our green friends because we eat food which is stored in different parts of the plant. We get also valuable things from the plants. All living things depend on plants for food and oxygen. Green plants, they make their own food. Plants are very necessary for our environment. So we've already known about these different characteristics of plants. Okay, they are called our green friends because we eat the food that we get from the plants. Now green plants, they make their own food. Okay. We are all dependent on plants for the air, the oxygen that we inhale, okay, which is a major part for our survival. Okay. Now, plants play a vital role for the life of the living being. They provide us food, that is vegetables, fruits and cereal crops, clothing, shelter, and also some plants have medicinal value. The biggest help from plants is that they produce oxygen that is essential for the humans and other living things. Hence, we can say that without plants, life would not be possible on earth. So, in other words, plants are also, we can say, one-stop shop. Okay, you get everything there. Okay, plants give us food, plants give us shelter. Okay, how do you get shelter? We use the wood of the plants to build houses, isn't it? Then plants give us clothing. Okay, see, we use that, the part of the plants also, okay, for clothing. Alright, so that's how we get different things from the plants itself, and they play a major or a vital role in our life. Okay, and life would not have been possible on earth without plants. Okay. Now, plants are of many kinds. These plants differ in their sizes, shapes, lifespan and other features. Now, let us know more about them. So, we all know that plants are of different kinds. Not every plant is same that we see, isn't it? So, now let us talk about them in detail. Okay. So, types of plants. Tree. Okay. Now, what are trees? These are big plants. Okay. They have strong roots which grow deep into the ground. They have single woody strong trunk. They stand erect. Some trees have branches which spread out. Mango, neem, banyan, etc. They are the examples of trees. So, children, this big plants that we see around our house, what are they? They are trees. So, they are really big. Okay. Their size is big. Their shape is different. Okay. They have a single woody stem which is huge, and it is known as the trunk. Okay. Some have a broad one, some have little narrow and smaller ones. Okay. But they are tall trees. Okay. Now, some trees, they have branches that spread out. Okay. So, one branch connects to another and so that spreads out and the tree becomes bigger. Okay. Now, mango, neem, banyan, these are the examples. So, children, do you know the banyan tree? It is a national tree of India. Okay. The greatest banyan tree in Kolkata is estimated to be around 200 to 250 years old. Some trees, they do not have branches. Example, palm, coconut, pine. Okay. They do not have branches. Alright. Now, let us talk about herbs. What are herbs? They are very small plants. They have soft, non-woody green stems. Okay. And they have highly branched, shallow roots. They are less than 1 meter in height and live for one season. Tulsi, coriander, mint, etc. They are the examples of herbs. So children, as we saw the trees, they are like really big, really huge. Their roots are spread deep down in the soil and they hold the tree firmly. However, the herbs, okay, when you look at the herbs, what are they? They are soft, okay, and they have non-woody stems, okay. They have green but non-woody stems, okay, and their roots are also shallow. They are not very deep down, okay. They are very shallow, okay, and they are like less than 1 meter in height and live for one season only. So herbs do not stay for long years, okay. They stay only for season. They are seasonal, okay. Now let's talk about shrubs, okay. If you see, herbs are also small, shrubs are also small, but shrubs are short and bushy, okay, and shrubs, they have woody stem. Shrubs have woody stem. Rose, jasmine, hibiscus are the examples of shrubs. So the stem of the shrubs is woody. It is short and woody, okay. Now let's talk about creepers. What do you understand by the term creeper? Creeper means something, okay, that creeps along the ground, okay. Like the snake crawls along the ground, the trees or the plants that creep along, okay. They cannot grow up, okay, but they fall on the ground only and then they start growing on the ground itself, okay. So some plants, they have weak, stemmed and creep along the ground, okay. They are called creepers. So the stems, okay, of these plants, they are very weak and then they creep along the ground. They cannot stand erect because they have heavy fruit or vegetable, okay. So although these plants, they do not grow up in a straight manner, in an erect way, but they creep along and they do bear fruits. Now these fruits that they bear, they are really very heavy. Have you seen a pumpkin? Have you seen a watermelon? Isn't it heavy? Yes, and they are grown on a creeper, okay. Now what happens is, if these creepers, imagine if these creepers were like a tree, would it hold that heavy fruit? No, it would fall down and it would, collapse and break, burst, isn't it? So that is the reason why the nature itself has created them in such a manner that they stand on the ground only, okay, and there is no fear of them getting burst on the ground. All right. Now let's talk about climbers. Some plants have long, flexible and weak stems. They cannot stand erect, so they need support, okay. Some climb on other trees, walls or fences. They are called climber. Since they twine around the support, they are also called twiners, okay. So some climbers are seasonal. Money plant, grapevine, peas, etc. They are the examples of climbers. So what are climbers? They are long, they are flexible, okay, but their stems are weak, okay. So if you must have seen a money plant around your house, you see that your mother must have put a stick in between, okay, and then rotated the plant around the stick. Why is that so? Because the plant needs support, okay, otherwise it will not grow up, okay. Now they are called climbers. They are also called twiners, all right. Now a plant has different parts. Various parts of a plant work together for the growth of a plant, okay. A plant has mainly two parts. So if you look at the plant, it has many parts on them, okay, but they are divided into two parts, okay. So the part which grows above the ground, okay, is called the shoot, and the part of the plant which grows below or under the ground is known as the root, okay. Now let's talk about the root first, okay. So it is the underground part of the plant, okay. We cannot see the root, they are down below in the soil. What are the functions of the root? Okay. First, the root fixes the plant in the soil. So main function is to fix the plant inside the soil, otherwise it will go flowing, okay. But these roots, they hold them firmly into the soil. Second, it also absorbs water and minerals from the ground. So, it takes the essential nutrients, the nutrients that they require for their growth from the ground, okay. It takes water also from the ground, from the moisture in the soil, okay, and then it helps in the growth of it. Not only the moisture in the soil, but also when we water the plants, the water which goes down, okay, is utilized by the plant, okay. Now, some roots, they are modified to store food. Example, vegetables like carrots, turnip, radish and beetroot, okay. So, there are certain roots that we eat, okay, and they are modified to store food in them, okay. Now, these roots that we eat, or these vegetables that we eat are vegetables like carrots, turnip, radish and beetroot, okay. So, these are the different types of roots that we eat. Now, let us talk about the types of roots, okay. Now, these roots also have their different types, okay. First, a taproot. What is a taproot? A main root grows from the end of the stem, and many small roots grow from the main root. Plants like peepal, neem, mango, etc. have taproots, okay. Now, if you look at the taproot, okay, the picture of the taproot, it says that the main root, okay, grows from the end of the stem. So, where the stem ends, that is where the root begin, okay, and then many small roots start growing from the main root, okay, then they start getting split up into many small roots, okay. Now, what are fibrous roots? A number of roots, okay, they grow from the end of the stem. So, in taproot, we must have seen that a main root grows from the end of the stem, but in fibrous roots, a number of roots grow from the end of the stem, okay, and then they are split ahead. So, plants like wheat, rice, onion, grass, etc., they have fibrous roots. Now, let us talk about the shoot, the portion of the plant which is above the ground, okay. The shoot has stem, it has branches, it has leaves, it has buds, it has flowers and fruits, okay. Now, what is the stem? Stem is the main part of the shoot system, and it grows above the ground, okay. All leaves, buds, flowers and fruits, they grow on the stem. So, it is the main part of the shoot system, and it grows above the ground, okay. Now, all these stems, they bear, what do they bear on them? They bear the leaves, they bear the fruits, the flowers, the buds, okay. These are all things that are borne by the stem, okay. Now, let us talk about the function of stem. Stem gives support to the plant, okay. It holds the plant, alright. It carries water and minerals to the leaves. So, the stem, as we saw the tap roots and the fibrous root, okay, what are they? They are connected to the stem, okay. And when you water the plant, the water, okay, and the minerals are absorbed, okay, and then they are spread through the stem into the different parts of the plant, okay. Now, stem carries water and minerals to the leaves. Some stems are modified to store food, example potato, ginger, sugarcane, etc. So, these are different types of food that we get from the stem, okay, potato, ginger, sugarcane, etc. Potato and ginger, they are what? They are called the underground stems. So, they grow under the ground, okay, from the buds which are there, or the eye of the fruit or the vegetable, okay. Now, let us talk about the leaf, okay. Leaf is known as the kitchen of the plant, okay. Now, why is it known as the kitchen of the plant? Because the food is prepared on the leaves, okay. Now, these are of different shapes and sizes. Leaves of green plants prepare food by using air, okay, or water and carbon dioxide present in the sunlight, okay. This air is the carbon dioxide which is present in the in the atmosphere. Okay. So, water, carbon dioxide and the presence of sunlight is required for the plants to prepare their food. The prepared food is sugar. Okay. The process of making food is called photosynthesis. Okay. Now if you look at the leaf, okay, you will see that there are certain lines on that. Now, what are these different lines called? Okay. The flat and broad part of the leaf is called as the leaf blade. Okay. The leaf that we see, okay, the flat and the broad part of it is known as the leaf blade. Now, on the leaf you must have observed that there is a line, okay, thick line which is going in the middle. What is it known as? Okay, in the middle of the leaf is the main vein. Okay, that is the main vein of the leaf. Many small veins branch from the main vein. Stalk or petiole holds the leaf to the stem. Okay. So, you must have seen the thick vein which is there, and from there then you will see that it spreads around and there are very small veins. Now, the below portion of the leaf is known as the stalk or the petiole, and it is connected to the stem. Okay, it holds the leaf to the stem. All right. Now, so children, you can refer to the diagram also and you can get a detailed knowledge or understand well, okay, about the different processes or different parts. Okay. Now, let us talk about the function of leaf. Okay. Leaves prepare food for the plant. Leaves give out oxygen which is used by living organisms for breathing. They also give out extra water through the tiny holes called stomata. We eat leaves of some plants as vegetables such as spinach, lettuce, cabbage, etc. So, what happens is these leaves, they prepare the food for the plant. They also give out oxygen, okay, which is used by other living organisms for breathing. Now, they also give out extra water through tiny holes called stomata. Okay. So, we eat lot of different types of leaves, isn't it? So, your mother must be cooking vegetables from leaves, like she must be making, for example, palak paneer. So, what is it made of? It is made of palak. Palak means spinach. Okay. So, she is using spinach here to cook the gravy. Then she is using lettuce. Lettuce is generally used in salads. Okay. Then you have cabbage. Cabbage is also used in salads as well as it is used as a vegetable, isn't it? So, you must have already seen all these things in your kitchen. Now, let us talk about the bud, flower, fruit and seeds. The flower, okay, it is the reproductive part of the plant. Okay. It first appears as a bud. Okay. So, first it is a bud. The bud changes into flower, and then the flower changes into the fruit. So, for example, if you look at a pomegranate tree, okay, you will see that firstly, you will see that there is a small bud like thing that appears, and from that bud comes the flower, and slowly and gradually this flower will change into a fruit. Okay. So, this is the product, the final product that we get, which is the fruit. Now, fruit protects the seed. The seeds of this plant are inside the fruit. Okay. Some fruits, they have one seed, for example, the mango. Okay. Others have few seeds, okay, like lemon, orange, apple, whereas papaya and watermelon, they have many seeds. Okay. Some fruits have no seeds at all. Example, banana, grapes. So, there are certain types of grapes which are seedless. Okay. Bananas do not have seeds in them. A seed contains a baby plant inside it. Okay. So, when the seed gets enough air, it gets enough sunlight and water, the baby plant starts growing, and the baby plant grows and becomes into a big tree. The tree produces many seeds. So, this is how the cycle continues. Okay. Now, the seeds of maize, rice, wheat, gram, bean, etc., they are eaten and are called edible seeds. So, we use the seeds of maize, rice, wheat, gram, bean, etc. in our diet, okay, and hence they are known as the edible seeds, the seeds that can be eaten or cooked and eaten by us, okay. Now, let's revise this chapter. I hope you followed all these different processes of different plants, okay, and how they are useful to us. What are the different parts of the plants, okay. Let's revise this. All right. What are trees? They are very big plants and they have strong roots which grow deep into the ground. Shrubs have thin, woody and stiff stem. Herbs have soft, non-woody and green stems. Climbers have long, flexible and weak stems. They cannot stand erect, so they need support. Some plants are weak stemmed and they creep along the ground, and hence they are called creepers. A plant has two main parts, the shoot and the root. Some plants have tap roots and others have fibrous roots, okay. The shoot system has stem, leaves, buds, flowers, fruits and seeds. The root fixes the plant in the soil, okay. What is the stem? It supports the branches. The leaves, they prepare food for the plant. The bud changes into a flower and then the flower changes into a fruit. The fruit has seeds inside it, okay. Now, not every flower changes into a fruit, okay, it depends on the type of tree it is, alright. Now, exercise. Multiple choice questions. Now, let's test your knowledge here. Take the correct option. Trees have strong roots, hard and big stem. Both of these or none of these? It has both of these. Bushy plants are called herbs. Shrubs, trees or climbers, they are known as the shrubs. Climbers have hard stem, stiff stem, flexible and weak stem, or none of these. Climbers have flexible and weak stem. Watermelon is a creeper, climber, herb or shrub, it is a creeper. The part of the plant which turns into fruit is seed, flower, root or stem, it is the flower. The part of the plant which supports branches is root, stem, leaf or flower, it is the stem. The part of the flower, okay, the part of the plant which is called the kitchen of the plant is root, stem, leaf or flower. The food is prepared on the leaf, okay, so it is the kitchen of the plant, leaf. The roots of this plant are eaten. Potato, ginger, sugarcane or carrot, it is the carrot. Alright, now fill in the blanks. Very big plants, they are called trees. Dash need a support to climb, climbers. Okay, herbs have a leaf, a green and weak stem. Okay, a leaf makes the food for plant. Okay, now write T for true and F for false statements. Very big plants are called shrubs. It is absolutely false. They are called trees. Plants which need support to climb are called creepers. Absolutely false. They are called climbers. Okay. Soft plants with non-woody stem are called herbs. It is true. Carrot is a stem with food stored in it. False. Carrot is a root. Okay. The fruit starts growing into a new plant. No. False. The seeds of the fruit. Okay. The flower is the reproductive part of the plant. Absolutely true. Okay. Now, match the parts of the plant with the correct functions. It fixes the plant in the soil. What is it? It's the root. It makes food for the plant, leaf. It changes into a fruit, flower. It supports the branches, the stem. And it grows into a new plant. Those are the seeds. Okay. So, now give one word for an edible stem. Okay. Potato. A fruit with many seeds, papaya. An edible leaf, okay, lettuce. An edible root, carrot. Okay. In which figure are the parts of the plant correctly labeled? So, look at these two figures and now see which of them are labeled correctly. Which one is the perfect picture of the plant? Alright, now very short question answers. How many years can live a tree? For how many years can a tree live? It can live for many years. Okay, write 2 examples of shrubs. Okay, we can say rose, hibiscus. Give 2 examples of twiner or climbers. Okay, what are the 2 examples of climbers? Money plant or pea plant. Give 2 examples of aquatic plants, plants that are grown under the water. Okay, so we can say lotus or water lily. Alright, now short answer questions. What is a herb? Okay, herb are small plants with thin and weak and green stems. Okay, give 2 examples, coriander, mint. What is a shrub? Shrub are short and bushy plants with thick or woody stems. Okay, what is the difference between creeper and climber? Creepers creep along the ground, okay, and they have heavy fruits, and climber, okay, they take support of other plants of a stick or wall to grow up and erect. Okay, why is the leaf called the kitchen of a plant? Because the plant prepares food on the using the tiny holes on the leaf. Okay, they prepare the food. It is called the stomata. Okay, define germination. Germination is a process of the growth of from a seed to a plant or tree. This process is known as germination, from where we sow the seeds and then slowly and gradually they grow into a sapling and then a plant. Okay, where is the food made by a plant stored? Okay, the food prepared by the plant is stored in the stem. Okay, what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process, okay, in which plants prepare their food using the air, water and sunlight. Okay, name the reproductive part of the plant. The reproductive part of the plant is the flower. Okay, the flower changes from bud to flower and then to the fruit. Okay, and then fruits have seeds, and then that's the process of reproduction. Alright, now give 1 example of each. A fruit with 1 seed, mango. A fruit with few seeds, okay, we can say apple or lemon. Alright, now explain the 2 types of roots. The 2 types of roots are tap roots, okay, where the main there is a main root under the soil. Okay, main root comes from the stem and followed by that stem, okay, that root which comes from the stem, there are other roots that generate. Okay, whereas fibrous roots are the roots that come from the stem itself. Okay, many roots that come out of the stem. Alright, now long answer questions. Write 2 functions of roots. So we have already known the different types of roots. Now you have to talk about the different functions of the root, like they help the soil to be fixed to the they help the plant to be fixed to the soil. Okay, and also, okay, the water and mineral is absorbed by the roots and then it is sent to the different parts of the plant, okay, through the stem. Now name all the parts of a plant. Okay, right from root to stems to the branches to leaves, flowers, fruits, buds. Okay, so you have to write the different parts. Okay, and what is the function of fruit? Okay, so all these things you have to find the answers and write them in detail. Okay, I am just giving you a gist of it. You have to write it all in detail. Okay, what is the function of a fruit? The fruit is where the seeds are. Okay, the fruit is eaten by us. Okay, now critical thinking skills. All living things, they grow. In animals, if one part breaks or gets cut, it does not grow back. But in plants, if one part is cut, it grows again. Explain. Hint, plants have cells which grow continuously. Okay, so like if for example, for animals, okay, if any part of the animal is gone, will it come back on its own? No. Okay, but for plants, they have different types of cells, okay, which keep on growing continuously, and that is the reason why even if one part is cut off, it will automatically start coming again. Okay, it will start growing again. Mushroom cannot prepare its food. Can you explain why? Okay, it does not have green colored pigment. Okay, so in order to prepare food, there is a green colored pigment which is required, which is known as chlorophyll. In mushrooms, this is not present, and that is the reason why it cannot prepare its own food. Okay, now case based study. Okay, so this is like a comprehension passage that we have in English. So in similarly here we have case based study. Okay, so you have to read this passage first and then you have to answer the questions. A tall plant with thick and strong trunk is called a tree. Mango tree, peepal tree, etc. are the examples of trees. A plant with a soft stem is called a herb. Herbs are very small plants. Coriander, mint, etc. are the examples of herbs. Short and bushy plants are called shrubs. Shrubs have many woody stems. Rose, hibiscus, etc. are the examples of shrubs. Plants that grow along the ground are called creepers. Watermelon, pumpkin, etc. are the examples of creepers. Plants with weak stems are called climbers. They climb up taking the support of other plants, sticks or walls. Grapevine, peas, etc. They are the examples of climbers. Now, let's talk about the example of tree. Rose, tulsi, peas or mango? Mango tree. Okay. Example of shrub. Rose, tulsi, peas or mango? Rose. Example of climber. Rose, tulsi, peas or mango? Peas. Example of herb. Rose, tulsi, peas or mango? Tulsi. What are creepers? Creepers are plants that grow along the ground. Okay. Now, life skills. What you are going to learn here is to make a sprout salad. Okay. How do you make it? You have to take some sprouts. Okay. Now, what are sprouts? Sprouts are the when you soak some seeds overnight, okay, and then you tie them into a cloth, okay, you will see that they will start, a small thing starts coming out of these seeds, okay, that is known as the sprout, okay. Now, these sprouts are very healthy. For example, the moong, okay, or the chana sprout, they are very healthy, okay. So, from these sprouts, using these sprouts, we can make salad. Okay. So, you have to take some sprouts, ask your mom to give you chopped onions and tomatoes. Mix the sprout and onions, okay. You can put some pieces of boiled potato, add salt, red chili powder according to your taste, and then pour some lemon juice and mix all the ingredients well with a spoon. Okay. Decorate it with coriander leaves and your sprout salad is ready to serve. So, do try this with the help of your mom or any elder at home. Alright, now let us do something new. Green vegetables are good for health. Besides this, you can use some green vegetables to make beautiful patterns. Cut a lady finger and dip it in watercolor and make a beautiful design with it. You can use onion bulb also. Okay, so you can use onion bulbs. You can use different types of vegetables or leaves and make beautiful painting. Okay, a beautiful artwork can be made. Now, explore. You know leaves are required for making food by the plant, but desert plants like cactus, they do not have leaves. Then, how do they prepare their food? Okay, so children, how does cactus prepare its food? Have you looked at a cactus plant? Okay, they don't have leaves on them, okay, they have spines, okay, and those in that they store water inside them, okay, and that's how they prepare food for them. Alright, so children, do find detailed information about this based on the hint that I have given, and before you do that, quickly reread the chapter, complete all the exercises, complete all the projects that are required, make the yummy salad of sprouts, and then get on to finding more information. So, children, get going.